A couple days ago, one of my neighbors was dragging this scooter wheelchair to the side of the road. Oh, before I forget, yes, there will be a video on this when it's done. Alright, let's get outside. All of the wiring I've left mostly intact, so I'm gonna get all this cleaned up and we'll head inside and take a look at what we got. We've got several things here that I want to keep. This guy, for example, I want to keep this whole assembly for this tilting mechanism. I really like these slides here, these linear guides, although I'm thinking these motors are toast. I don't know if I can get that to focus or not, but those terminals are really corroded. Looking around at the other items, we've got these two 24-volt DC motors with the gearbox on them. This is all of the electrical for powering everything and controlling it electronically. I have cut these cables in such a way that I could solder them back together, but that allows me to get direct access to the 24 volts to try to get these motors to work. I'm going to put the camera down now and let's go through and test what we got. The guys I'm mostly interested in are these large DC motors here, so let's give those a look first. Do a quick continuity check. Well, that's not good. Alright, this guy probably is damaged on the inside. The brushes are maybe corroded over. Tell you what, we'll go ahead and open this since there's no risk of losing it, and maybe we can save the gearbox or something. But this one sounds like this one works. I'm gonna cut this. So I cut this, leaving myself enough just in case I want to reconnect it. Okay, that guy works. And these two, I don't have a lot of hope for. And there's no continuity there. Yeah, these guys are just so corroded. I went ahead and took the gearbox off of this motor. As you can see, this one again is really corroded. All kind of dust and corrosion is coming out of this guy. It's pretty nasty in there. I was really impressed with this drive push system. I thought there was some kind of gear, something maybe engaging a gear or locking the rotor in place in order to make it spin, and then you push it and that somehow freed it. But I was completely disappointed when I opened it up and saw that it was really just a switch that disconnected the motor electrically. As you can see, it's just a switch there. So nothing really impressive. We're going to take a look inside the gearbox while we're here, because I love machines, so I got to look at it. As I'm sitting here taking out the last one, I just had an idea. I have little Allen keys that are designed to be chucked up in a drill, but I can't find the 3/16 one, which is why I'm doing this ridiculous manual labor here. And then I thought, as I'm almost done, that I could just cut this and chuck this up in the drill. Ooh. Okay. As you can see, this guy is got several stages of gears here in order to get the kind of speed reduction you want, which makes me wonder how fast the motor is actually spinning. The output speed is not very high. There's a number here on the side. I will put that on the screen for you here in just a moment. Ideally, if I was going to do this, I would clean this out and put some fresh grease in there. I don't know what I'm going to do with this just yet, so now that I know its condition, I know before I put this thing in any kind of real service. Well, it wouldn't be this one though, it'd be that one, but presumably the grease looks the same way. So, hey, I just remembered, I didn't tell you about the batteries. When I got this scooter from my neighbor, he also gave me the charger right here. Of course, it's been sitting for a long time, so I plugged the charger in, but when the light came on, it said bad battery, so it wouldn't even charge it at all. The batteries were completely drained. When I checked the voltage across each battery, it was like 0.1 millivolts or something really low like that. I began to think about this problem. I said, well, you know, the batteries are drained because they've just been sitting for a long time. Is it really a bad battery? So I started researching online, and it turns out that battery chargers, like this guy and that one, when they sense a very low charge, they just don't charge the battery because they don't know what's wrong with it. It could be that the battery terminals are shorted or something like that. But if there's nothing wrong with the battery, then the charger is just ignoring a battery that could be charged. So I was thinking, well, you got to trick the battery into thinking that there's at least a little bit of voltage there. And so what I did was I took one of these household plugs that converts AC to DC. And right here on the label, it tells you that it's 120 volts in, and the output is 12 volts DC. That's what the straight line and the dashed line mean. With that being said, I thought I'll just plug this guy in, and I did. I plugged that into the wall, and I hooked it up in parallel with the batteries. They hooked the charger up. The charger thinks that there's 12 volts there, and it charged the batteries. I am not an electrician, so I can't tell you for sure how safe that is. You know, my best guess as a tinkerer only, not telling you that that's definitely going to work, is that if you hook it up like that and something was wrong with the battery, I would expect you to be able to tell pretty much right away. It could start to get hot. You'd see other signs that something was wrong with the battery. Battery may start swelling or something like that. In those cases, you need to disconnect quickly, and you know you've definitely got damaged batteries. As far as me recommending anything, the only thing I can say is that for me, if I know the history of the battery and I know it's just discharged, that might be worth a try. To show you how it works, I've got another battery that's been fully discharged, and this is a 12-volt battery from a Power Wheel set. My charger's plugged in. You see it's a green light. If I tell it to start, it'll say it's charging, and then it says bad battery, as you can see there. Now I can tell positive or negative because it's got this striped line on it that tells you that this is the negative wire. But if you want to be extra sure, you just take a multimeter after you plug it in and check the two leads, and you'll be able to tell. If the number shows up negative, you know you got it backwards, and you'll be able to tell which one's positive and which one's negative. So if we try to charge it now, it'll continue to charge. Notice the last time it said bad battery by now, but it thinks that there's some voltage there, and so it'll charge it until it's fully charged, and then it'll switch to charged maintain. So yeah, this is what I did to get these two batteries going. It seemed to work for me, but I've got quite a few electricians who follow my channel. You guys are welcome to chime in and tell me if I am somehow doing something where the battery might explode in my face or something like that. I don't know, but it seemed to work quite well. The beautiful thing about descriptions is I can always change the descriptions. So here's my little disclaimer. If it turns out that somebody comes along and say, hey, this is, too dangerous because of X, Y, and Z, then I will add a footnote in the description, and you can take it from there. So please be sure to read the description. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. If you got any questions about anything you saw, feel free to leave me a comment down below. One of my favorite parts of posting is talking to you guys in the comments, so let me know what you think. I'd love to have you join my little community. Hit the subscribe button that'll pop up down here in the corner, and you'll be in just like that. I'll also put a few videos on the screen for you so you have something to keep you busy until I get back. Until then, thanks for watching.